Hi everyone, and welcome back to Having the Chats with me, Laura Kavanagh. I was supposed to have guests on today, but because of the weather, they couldn't come. It was literally booking it down when they were supposed to get here, so we have postponed it till tomorrow. But I thought I haven't done a solo podcast, and this channel will have a lot of solo podcasts on. So I thought I'm after spending 2 hours doing my makeup, so I might as well make this the first one. So here's my first solo podcast. Anyway, um, so things for me lately. So I left the barbershop. Um, a really good decision, I think, for me. I was suffering a lot with anxiety. I feel like that's starting to level out now. And I have to say, I'm really enjoying being at home with the kids. I thought that I'd struggle a little bit and that I might feel a little isolated, but I genuinely am having a great time. Now, when you start towards the end of the barbershop, I was feeling more and more stressed. Every day I was a little bit more and more stressed, and it was starting to affect every other aspect of my life, which I hated, because I'm quite a strong person mentally, usually. Um, no, actually, I would not. I would not. I think we all say that. No, I'm not. I wouldn't be a strong person mentally. But anyway, the stress just got too much, and I thought the best thing I can do is just take a step back, reevaluate myself, and just spend a little bit of time looking after me and looking after my kids, obviously, and my husband. So, I mean, everybody's a winner. I'm less stressed. I'm a lot happier. My kids are a lot happier because they have their mama home, and my husband is delighted, and the house is put together because I found that as well really hard, with working and finding time for the kids and finding time to keep the house clean. Now, I mean proper clean rather than just a little bit tidy. And I think also I'm getting a buzz out of that, even having the time to like take apart a wardrobe, or not take apart a wardrobe, but to sort out stuff, and rather than just your normal basic what I would have done, cleaning up to make it look clean. Yeah, I'm enjoying that time. I never thought that I would say I really love cleaning and spending time at home, but I love it. I really, really do. Another part of it was, I suppose, I started to lose confidence as well, which didn't help. It added to the stress. I started to lose confidence a couple of years ago when we did, myself and Chris, we were doing interviews at Cali Cave, a Cali Cave night. It was English rappers, the Scouts takeover. So it was Liverpool rappers who had come to Dublin. So we were doing the interviews. We went out, Chris was doing photography, I was doing the interviews, and I got to interview this cool little guy, Rama. He's deadly. He's a lovely, lovely, really nice fella. So I thought, oh my God, this is so cool. So I did the interview with Rama. It's maybe 2 minutes long, possibly three, and it was for TikTok. Well, oh my God, I was absolutely torn apart because I have Bell's palsy, as you can see. And that Bell's palsy, that came on me. I woke up like that one August morning 4 years ago. 4 years this August. And I have to say, without sounding really shallow, I was devastated, absolutely devastated. Now, obviously, um, because I lost all the muscle function in my face at the time, I thought I'd had a stroke. So by the time I got to the hospital and sat looking at genuinely sick people all day, then I kind of realized, oh, you know, you're not really, I could actually be sick. And a lot of the people in the hospital that day probably would have rather they had only Bell's palsy. So in the grand scheme of things, I felt quite bad for complaining, I suppose, about my situation. But I couldn't help it. You have the same face for 40 years and all of a sudden you wake up looking completely different, completely different. Um, to the point that I think even my mouth changed shape, my teeth moved slightly. Now most people that get Bell's palsy don't panic, because most people that get it, it's gone and their face resumes back to normal within 3 to 4 weeks. In my case, it just didn't, which is, it's a pain. It's a nightmare. I'm not happy about it, but like I said, at least I'm not actually sick. So if all I have to worry about is that it's not aesthetically pleasing, then we're all right. Um, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm out at right now with my head. Once I started getting slated online, I mean, getting slated, that was really bad. Like, some of the comments, they were really harsh. Like, one of them was that I've got a face like a melted candle, so all of that really, really kind of knocked me back. And none of that added to the stress that I was already under. Well, all of it added to the stress I was under. So I am feeling a lot better now, a lot better. The last few weeks I've been doing really good, uh, and I feel really good, and so that's really amazing. Um, Another thing is, because I wasn't confident in what was going on with my face, so having the chats obviously got put to one side. Because if you have a look at the channel, there's some fantastic interviews on there, and they go back. There's probably only 12, but there are some really good ones. So you will have to have a look at them. However, I've been recording new ones, and I have tomorrow, which was to be recorded today, I have the lads from Ah Howya, and them lads are brilliant. So that's Keith Carter and Charlie. The two of them are absolutely brilliant. So they're like a comedy duo, these two, and they do skits for TikTok and Instagram and all that. These lads are so nice. And I did a live podcast show 3 years ago. Would it be 3 years ago? It would be 3 years ago now. And no, it wasn't. It was 2 years ago. And was Keith was wanting to get into comedy, and I says, "Come on, just do it. Just you'd be one of my guests on the live show," and he did, and that was his first introduction to stand-up comedy. So I am so excited to have them on. So that one's going to be recorded tomorrow, and that will be available this weekend. Also, I have Gwen Phelan coming back. So Gwen wrote The Quiet Place. If you scroll back on my videos there, you'll see the interview that I did with Gwen about 6 months ago, possibly a year ago actually, when Gwen had just released her book, The Quiet Place, which is her kind of account on domestic violence. And oh my God, God love her, like, that girl went through the mill. So she has an amazing story. So watch that, because Gwen is coming back on Friday to join me on the sofa for another episode. And to know what, she's so lovely. Like, she's a doll. Um, I'm very excited for her to come back. Yeah, so that's how we are coming to record tomorrow. Then I'll have Gwen back on the show on Friday. On Sunday, I have Chelsea from Rewind Aesthetics. Chelsea is building in a, a spa at the moment, and she lives in Ashbourne with her lovely husband Trevor, from Ashbourne Pave, and they're such a really, really nice couple. And I'm very interested in Chelsea's story, because she's living here now. She's a Scottish girl living here and married to an Irishman. And she is not, aside from her aesthetics that she does, she's a mammy. She's and she's also in recovery. Some really cool guests coming on, and I'm very excited. But I wanted also to make having the chats about having the chats. I feel like stuff that I'm going through, people can relate to, because I'm 44 years old. Um, and I just feel like everybody goes through shit, and it's kind of how you react to it. And what I am learning is how to react differently to things. I can't, I can't, I, I can't change people's opinion of me, but I can change how I react to people's opinion of me. Where before I would get really upset if I got a negative comment on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Where now I've hid myself away from the camera for so long because of how I looked and because I knew what people were saying about me because they said it to me. Um, but I'm kind of, I think, really since leaving the barbers, I've learned to sit with myself and to love myself a little bit more again. And I think everything that I've gone through, it just makes me a little bit more aware of how life is for other people as well. Like, um, I am very lucky. I've got a fantastic husband, got great kids. I'm at a time in my life where I'm kind of, I'm settled and I'm happy. But there are people that don't have what I have and they're still going through all the shit, like, and I suppose depression, anxiety, and really just dragging yourself through life, to be fair. But I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the podcast. If you have anything that you want me to talk about on Having the Chats, leave it in the comments. But don't forget to like and subscribe because I think it'll help the algorithm to get it out there. And yeah, that's all. That is all for now. I don't know if this was a good episode or a terrible episode, but like I said, I'm still learning. And I thought if I wait until a perfect time to make a perfect episode, it would never be done. So yeah, this is me. It is what it is. I am who I am. And this is Having the Chats with Laura. So thank you very much and come and watch the next one.